Hello, so in this video I'm going to be trying to make a game in 24 hours, and as you can see it's exactly 12 at the moment, and by tomorrow 12 PM I cannot work on this game anymore. So the idea I have for this game is kind of like those longest answer wins games or answer or die. Basically it's a round based game where players have to pick a longest or shortest answer, but in this case I'm going to be doing where the player has to pick the most expensive item in the list of free items from the catalog. As you can see, 2 minutes have passed, so I should probably get working on the game now. So let me start. I'm gonna start off with the building first because I can't really script anything if there's no item, if there's nothing on the map yet. So I'm just gonna quickly go and change the skybox. I'm just gonna go into the toolbox and change the skybox into like a more cartoony type of thing. And this actually looks good. I'm going to use this. Now with the skybox done, I'm going to go and make the actual block things that the players are going to be on. Yeah, that looks decent. I'm just going to size this up a bit and make sure to anchor it, rename it to like, I don't know, starting block for now. And yeah, and what I'm gonna do is make this into a model just so I can store all the columns of players. Now let me make the actual blocks that are gonna be used when you get a point, and just to make this look a bit better, I'm gonna go and add a selection box around it, just so it has like a nice outline around it, and that looks a bit better. If I find I'll change it later, but for now I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm thinking about making this game like 9-player servers because I don't really want more than 9 players in a match at a time. There we go. Now we got our basic lobby for now, which I'll decorate later. For now, I'll just leave it like that. Now I need like 9 columns here. But that's all the building I'm going to do for now because I need to actually script this somewhat so I can actually have an idea of what I'm going to build. So I'm going to go and start making a script. And now with these columns, I'm going to go and start scripting the block placing system now. So I'm just going to go and make a script into server script service, rename this to like, I don't know, main script. Let me start working on this. Okay, so I made the start column function, and what basically it does is when this function is called, it gets the player's parameter, it gets the character, and if there's a character, so just to make sure if the player hasn't died or left the game. Oh, sorry. It basically clones a column, sets the column's parent workspace, and then sets the column's player value, so just object value, to the player, and it basically sets the character's humanoid root part's position to the columns, to the starting block, which I just renamed to 0, just so my system actually works better, and just like sets it to the position and then +5 on the y-axis, so it's in spot inside of the block. And yeah, it works. It should have, yeah. You can see there's a column, and the player value is set to me. And now I have to make the actual block system now. I'll be right back when I do it. Yeah, so I have to do the script a bit more where now, if you call this function, you input the column and how many blocks you want the column to increase. It basically copies the block from server storage and puts it into the column. And then increases the height value instead of the column, which is an int value, which I added. I also added a block sound, so pretty much every single time there's a new block, it increases the pitch of the sound by 0.1. And then also added this find highest block function, which pretty much finds the highest block and places the block on top of the current highest block. This is how it looks. As you can see, it teleports you up, it places the blocks 1 by 1 every 0.5 seconds, and it also plays the block placing sound, and it also just teleports your character up to the highest current block. I should make it so you can't move, because you can still move and just jump off of it, which, you know, I should just disable, but I'll do that a bit later. But now I'm going to go and try and work on the actual game loop, or the round system, since at the moment this is just placing blocks and that's it. Because pretty much I got all the 9 positions that players can spawn in. So basically just copied all the positions from these 9 columns and just put them into a quick table, which now I'm going to go and use to script the actual game loop. Okay, so I pretty much made a basic game loop. All this does is just infinitely just waits until there's enough players needed, which for now I just set to 1. It just made a basic intermission, just waits 3 seconds, puts the players into a live players table, and it fires the start column function which I made. And it basically, out of the 9 9 positions, it picks a random one, then deletes it from the table, and yeah, it first starts and it just starts, waits 3 seconds, and then there's another for loop where it just runs the update column and just gives everyone free blocks for now. I'll update this a bit later, but yeah, with the basic game system done, I'm just gonna go in and make the selection GUI where you can just pick the free items. Okay, so I pretty much made a basic picking UI, where pretty much just pops up on your screen and it'll like pick, and it'll basically show 3 different items, and you just pretty much just click on the item you think is the most expensive. And now I have to script it to make it functional, which I'll do right now. Before I can actually script it, I'm gonna have to get some items to put in this module script, which will store all the info on the items. So I'm gonna go and get some items and just put into this module script. Okay, it's been like an hour or 2 since I last recorded this. As you can see, I got a list of a bunch of items you can see with the name, the price, the image, and a number ID. I also made the GUI functional, and I'll show you what it does now. Pretty much now you spawn in just 3 options. If you don't pick anything, you just don't gain any blocks, but if you pick the most expensive item, as you can see, 3 blocks appear. If you pick the middle item, which I think is this, oh, I didn't click it in time. This should be I can't click it in time, I made it a bit too short. Yeah, here, the second one, you get 2 blocks and it's silver, and if you pick the cheapest one, you get only 1 block. And there's, I think, like 17 items if I'm correct. And yeah. Now the next thing I'm going to add is the water system. So every single time it picks it, the water also increases. Okay, it's the next day, and as you can see, it's 9:54 AM, and I'm pretty much done with the main game loop. So pretty much, I made the water functional. I made the game loop so it actually loops instead of just happening once and then breaking, and then the script just breaks. And now if I join with my alt account, or my old main account, it should start. You can see round starting in 10 seconds. And I haven't added any walls yet, which I'll do later in the video, which I'll do later today. As you can see, the round starts, we both spawn next to each other, and we have to pick an item, which I'm just pick the Dominuses. It shows the price of each item. For some reason, the Valkyrie helm is just broken, which I do not know why. And if you just pick these, I didn't pick another account, and if I pick again, pick the super happy face, which is the most expensive item. See, it's the most expensive now, I'll get 3 spots. And just continues until there's only 1 person left alive. And yeah, with the main game done, I'm gonna go and work on the building side, because right now it just looks like a square with water in the middle. So first thing I'm gonna do is add some invisible blocks so you can't just jump into the water and kill yourself. And to do that, all I'm gonna do is just get a part, anchor, and then set the transparency to 1. And now I have to go and actually make that lobby, which is the annoying part, since I don't really like building in Roblox. I'd rather script than build. But yeah. All I'm going to do is first just add a texture to the platforms. I'm just going to select it all and go into the plugins and use this plugin I use called Add Easy Texture. And in here I'm just going to go and find a decent texture. How does this look like? It looks decent enough. I don't really care too much about the lobby, to be honest. All I'm going to do is delete the base plate now. So I just go into the base plate, Control X, delete it. Let me size out these platforms a bit more now. Now this looks a bit better now. All I'm gonna do is add a fence now. Okay, so this is what I've made so far of the lobby. All I did was add this fence thing, and I also added the second floor, so once the water and the players get higher enough, they can climb up here and see what's going on. Okay, as you can see, there's only 26 minutes until 12 AM, so I'm gonna quickly go and change the thumbnail logo, which I'm gonna do right now. Just going into configuring this place, I think. And now let me show you what I actually did in the main game now. The link to the game will be in the description if you do want to play it. And if you do find any bugs, I will make a Discord server. I mean, it's going to be bare bones for now, but I'll make a separate channel where you can post bugs you find in the game, just so I can bug fix it. And for now, that'll be the only thing I'll change in this game, is like major bugs that I need fixing. But for now, I won't add any features to the game, unless I want to make a second video on it, which I might do. If you do want to see that, just subscribe and comment if you do want to see a second part of the video. But now let me show you what I did to the game and the final product. So I added music, which I'll mute for now because because I don't want this video to be copyrighted. But as you can see, I made the basic lobby. I honestly couldn't really bother making the lobby because I only had like an hour's worth of time to make this, and I didn't really spend it all. Now if I join with my alt account, I can show you what the game actually is. I can see round starting. The round is starting in 2 seconds. And as you can see, I added more items to the game. So let's just pick, I think the rainbow carpet's the most expensive one, if I'm correct. As you can see, now it also shows the prices now, which I think I already said. And water is increasing. There's also sound effects and everything, but I can't really play it because I'm not sure if the music is going to copyright strike me. Or not copyright strike me, I'm not sure if the music is copyrighted. But yeah, this is why I did. I also made it so there's no more collisions of players in the lobby. And yeah, the link to the game will be in the description of the video. And join the Discord server if you do find any bugs, if you do play the game. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. And yeah, see ya.